Hello everyone, my friends. So, asceticism. Once again, people don't get what asceticism is, why it's needed, how it works, or if it's even necessary in spiritual practice or what. Look, an important point is the search. So, if you're really doing spiritual work, you're searching for yourself. You're looking for the one who observes. You're looking for the one who is truly inside you. So, who are you? Because if we're observing something, that means there is already an I. And there are things being observed. So, if I'm observing this, it means I'm not this. What can we observe? Inside ourselves, we can observe our body positions. Yeah, I can keep track of my body position. I can see, feel, and understand how it's positioned right now. If I take certain asanas or specific body positions that are part of yoga practice, then I'll be training my body in a deliberate manner, using the physical body as a tool to delve deeper into the psyche, meaning to access and experience certain subtle sensations and emotional states. The next point is to observe thoughts, to observe emotions. So, if you're indeed carefully observing your physical body and its position, then observing thoughts. And the position of the mind is a bit trickier. But at the same time, if you're observing an emotion, it means you're not the emotion. If you're observing a thought, it means you're not the thought. You're not what your head is saying because you can see it. And is there someone who sees the one who sees? Let me explain it in another way, this intriguing and complex game of hide and seek, this relentless inner chase for that elusive, almost untouchable part of yourself that resides deep within your own mind. That is what we call a spiritual search, my dear friends. This is what it is. And to understand deeper and better, to understand yourself, you need to throw out everything that exists. So, if you can throw something away from yourself, renounce it, that means you're not that. So, what's the hardest thing to let go of? What are you most attached to? The strongest attachment is to food. The strongest attachment is to some basic, essential animal qualities. So, you need to sleep, you need. To eat, you need some kind of. Sex and other stuff, right. So, like an animal, right. You need to hit the gym, you need to spend some time with friends, you need to. So, you need. All these needs. That's what you're attached to, what you can't see yourself without anymore, because you're in it, you've grown into it, you can't live without it. So, asceticism is something that shows you whether you can really let go of it or not. In the end, extreme asceticism comes down to the fact that, food, water. Breath, you're attached to your breath, you breathe, and you can't do without breathing. So, the connection with God, as it says in the scriptures, happens through breath. So, you inhale the empty divine within yourself, and it gives you life. You're already breathing in the empty emptiness. You inhale the empty divine again, and it gives you life. The divine within you. It gives every little cell a chance to live. And you breathe in the empty emptiness again. So, that's how we communicate with God. That's how we breathe it in. He gives us the ability to exist through breath. It's breath, it's air, it's everywhere, in everything. It permeates everything. It goes through everything. The invisible prana that gives life to everything, that animates, gives consciousness to every manifested element of this universe, even the unmanifested. So, asceticism is primarily about cutting off, renunciation, about finding yourself, about understanding who you really are. Can you do without this? Can you do without this person? Can you do without thoughts? Can you do without emotions? Can you do without, I don't know, food, water? Without breathing? Well, in the end, without life. So, the main attachment, is to the body. So, we're kind of stitched together, like this body of the mind is connected to the physical body, right? With the chakras, like rivets, and we're stuck to this physical body. So you gather this physical body, not someone else's, not another one, but this very one. And that's the beauty of life, the beauty of the process. So if you come to the point where you start observing life itself, that indicates a very good level, very deep, which means you've made progress. At some point, you stop finding it interesting because you realize, yeah, I'm attached. I want to live. Yeah, I want people, friends around me. I want emotions. I want to think, and I need my thoughts. Yeah, I want to control them. I need a controlled brain that I can manage. And at this point, it's really important to absolutely organize what's going on in your head, to stop the mess between the dominant thoughts and build the picture that you really need. So a manager has to come in, as Gurdjieff said, into your house, into your body, your mind. Where is the possibility when order is restored, there is a chance that the owner will come? If order is not restored and the owner somehow comes, most often the person goes crazy. So the structure can't handle it when there are too many psycho-emotional traumas inside, meaning the person gets displaced and can't return to center. Consequently, having moved away from the body-mind, the person no longer understands where they are or what they are. Such insanity, schizophrenia, begins. It's a scary thing. Friends, I suggest moving carefully from simple to complex. If you're taking my courses, I've explained what you shouldn't do, that you don't need to rush. You don't need to hurry with breathing techniques. So, if you're flying somewhere, move slowly. Trust me. So, if you're flying somewhere, open your eyes. There's no need to go anywhere, fall, or get lost. So, it's better to move a little bit at a time. Trust me. So, there are walls around you, yeah, in your mental world you're sitting, inside this room, inside. You don't need to rush to climb out the window or go out the door from this room. Trust me, in a certain state, these walls will come down. The right volume, the right light will come, and it will show you everything you want inside yourself. But there are other options too, when people rush, and that always comes with risks. Once again, friends, whether you need asceticism or not is up to you. I've gone through this in my personal and professional practice, and it gave me a very clear, absolute, and undeniable understanding that I truly and genuinely want to live. If you still don't really understand whether you want to live or not, try going without air for a bit. I assure you, in about a minute and a half, you'll definitely start feeling what you want. Well, that's about it. If it's 2 minutes, in 2.5 minutes. Friends, I assure you, 3.5 minutes is a record that any average person can achieve without training. So, of course, you want to live, you understand. And you don't need to lie to yourself here. Yeah, I'm attached to this body. Yeah, I'm attached to this life. I want to live. Yeah, that follows from it. So, I want to live healthy and rich, than being poor and sick. Well, maybe it's different for you, so think about it, and again, get in touch with yourself. So what do you need to do for that? So, you need to do something. So you start thinking, what should I do? Because as long as we have these 10,000 thoughts in our heads, like, I want this, I don't want that, and look at those rich people, they're all jerks, they stole all that money, and it's just a nightmare, basically. You know, as far as I know, the really wealthy guys I've met are just normal, decent people. And they're very reasonable, smart, smart. It's interesting to talk, to communicate, so yeah, a person carries this potential, they deserve it. So that's exactly why he has that potential. You need to look at yourself. Why am I not in that kind of format, So what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? Where did I lie to myself? Where did I lie right? Why isn't my life moving the way it is over there? That's it. I assure you, there's just one problem. Internal psycho-emotional blockages. That's all. If you learn to observe, yeah, it doesn't work right away. that effect won't happen. Well, of course, there are certain practices. We'll make one of them. Now, it's beautiful, and I'll teach you. Yeah, but believe me, it's still a certain kind of inner work. So you need to find those barriers, those blocks, those bricks inside yourself that are holding you back from flying. They exist. Well, look at where you lied. So where your energy starts to fight against your own energy. And it dims you down, you lose your confidence, you lose your inner strength in a way that gradually, slowly, and surely, over time, some kind of vulnerability, indecisiveness that turns into a kind of vulnerability, in the end, as a result, in the process. Why is this happening? Why aren't you confident in yourself? Only for one reason. The third chakra is the diaphragm. The fire of digestion is the social sphere. What you accept and digest through yourself, you process. The 3 is personal power, authority. This right here is the solar plexus. So, pay attention, what's not right with you? How does the liver feel? And how does the spleen feel, the pancreas, the stomach, the gallbladder, and finally the small intestine? These are just organs, and there are also ganglia, there are nerve plexuses, there's the circulatory system, and there's plenty more. So, the 3 in the adrenal glands come into play, after all. So, you see, a person is a complex instrument, really complex. But if you really want to make a breakthrough, you need to understand that the problem isn't out there, like they have it and I don't. It means I need to dig in and do something about it, and that's not gonna work. Right here, we change inside and boom, it attracts. It attracted, suddenly you met there by chance, who knows where, here and there. Yeah, you can want to meet people, you can strive for it, of course. You can create projects, you can draw up plans, achieve goals. Of course, yeah, all of that is necessary. But first of all, you need to work on the third chakra, because the blockage is there, they're inside you, your energy is fighting against itself. That's it. Instead of expressing some potential, it just extinguished itself, and nothing happened. You know, the energy got wasted. Okay, so asceticism again. Asceticism is a good thing. And I recommend you try fasting. Just fast for a bit. Sit on water for a week. Anyone can do it. Nothing will happen to you. You drink just water for a week, nothing else. Just go about your day, do everything as usual, just drink only water. Don't eat at all. That's it. You'll immediately realize that food is an important thing. Try to get rid of your friends, no matter how good they are. So, live without friends for a week and you'll understand what you're losing and what you're gaining. Try taking a week off. I don't know, just don't go to work. You'll also see how involved you are in this area. Try not to talk to someone you usually communicate with, like close ones, relatives, or family. Or stop doing what you're used to doing. Around 7 days is already fine. Ideally, it's 21 days. That's when changes happen at the subconscious level, deep down. So, friends, practice. This is a practice for those who want to step into wealth, prosperity, and abundance, into a world where you're already rich. Now imagine there's a magical plane right in front of you. This plane is like an invisible film, you know, like in those sci-fi movies where they pass through some kind of portal. And this portal is right in front of you, just like that. It's open. There it is. And behind this portal, everything is exactly the same, like the reality is one-to-one, just like this. But over there, in that other world, you're already a millionaire. An absolutely accomplished, wealthy, confident, and decisive person. And you need to physically get up and walk through this portal. This portal will close right behind you and disappear, and you'll be left in another dimension. You stay in this dimension where you're just a millionaire, while the crazy billionaires are around. That's it. Light and love, friends.